Hello and welcome back. You're watching Chippingford. Another update to let you know what's been going on the layout. So the first step really is to start laying out the track. Now I've got these Pico points from their website, and I've printed off 1,000,000 of them, and I've got to cut them out. And then start sticking them down with blue tack or whatever in the appropriate places to see how they fit. Just thought I'd show you a little project that I've got going on at the moment. Some old Hornby steel track that I've just left out in the garden to rust away really, and so far some of it's coming up quite nice. It's been out for about 2 months now, so I was hoping it'd rust up a little bit more than it has, but I'm just going to keep leaving it out for the winter. Let's have a look. Nice little project of mine for the winter. Probably about 4 months now. Had a load of old Hornby track. Let's get a better light. Better. Yeah, a load of old Hornby track steel stuff, which I was never going to use, so I put it out in the garden over the winter, and it's done a fine weathering job. Look at that. That's come out beautiful. And let's just do a close-up shot of all of that. Just going to make, I reckon that'll make quite a good load of to put on some wagons or along the line side, or I don't know, maybe even a scrapyard. Scrap wagons, yeah, I have some of those. Need some for that. One other little thing, the insulation went up on the door to just keep it a little bit drier in here and a bit warmer. So that was one thing that I managed to do. Put the beginnings of the DCC bus in, just so I could run some of the locos around the layout and just do some testing as I've been chipping them and things. And that was interesting. Yeah. Cheers to Pen Withers for a little bit of a guide on how to do that. I only watched it after I'd had my first messy attempt, so the second time I did it, first rail was a bit messy, the nearest one, and the second one was a bit better. So hopefully I'm going to improve on that technique. So when I do it for real, this is just temporary. That'll all come off as the track comes up, and then I'll do it properly. It's good, always good to have a bit of a test run. So it works anyway. And then I've got the electrics for it. There we go. Yeah, and we'll be upgrading this shortly because it is probably the most god-awful controller I've ever used. It's fiddly, it's unresponsive, it's slow, it's awkward, it's abominable. An abomination. Yeah, terrible. So you're going to be going, bye, and we'll get something a little bit more powerful. That stinks. Yay! Hooray!
With that, and then when I go over it and dry polish it, I feel it again. That's not quite dry to get rid of them bumps.
It did feel it.
But then you feel it now.
Whoa, yeah.
Yeah, it just
It's like silky smooth.
yeah, it just and again, if you go on a course and stuff like that, they don't teach you that.
Right.
It was in the customers, that's all.
Is that when you were like working with Jem? Right. Because I haven't done anything like this before, I'm going to cut out some of these, which are the Pico streamline templates, and just have a play around with track design. Right, job done. Start building. I'll show you from here. There we go. Right, let's see what works. I know what I forgot to show you actually. New acquisition which I picked up from the beach. Should serve as a nice little cliff somewhere on the layout. And there's another piece. That looks pretty groovy, I think. Some good detail. Especially like this, because you can have a couple of people climbing, and there's harder routes with a bigger overhang and a slightly easier route, although that'd still be quite hard. Anyhow, and you can have the ladies at the bottom with the barbecue and the picnic. Yeah. Some hanging basket liner. This one, I don't know, does it? Yeah. Okay, so this one, quite a light colour, but there's a little tip on doing grass, or at least doing sort of undergrowth, rather than, you know, a lot of the countryside is pretty wild and untamed. So these are little scrubby bushes and brambles and things that you get all over Devon really, and all over the country. So I shall be experimenting with this. A roll of willow logs that you get for your garden. Thinking about including either timber wagons or timber lorries. Anyway, that's another good timber yard even, yeah. Could do that. But yeah, these are... Sorry, I should tell you where I get these things from. The hanging basket liner... Where is that? Pound stretcher. For like £1 or something. And these willow logs. Again, pound stretcher. You can get them in like anywhere, like Wilco's or something like that. For £2. Perfect. There's a lot of logs on there. There's some other stuff. I forget the guy's name, but the chap on YouTube's got a channel. He lives close to a beach as well. And he said, if you go, just pick up some driftwood. Again, you've got up close. Up close, let's do that. You've got a nice rock face. So yeah, I'll show you. There we go. Nice little, again, rock face. Pretty easy to show like that. Nope, that doesn't work. That's dark. Let's do it this way. Yeah, there we go. Also got a big piece, but yeah, just worth experimenting with. I mean that there's lines, fissures in the rock. When that's embedded in scenery and painted to look like rock, I think it should look good, and it's quite cheap. See, driftwood and stones from the beach are free. I need some blue tack, I believe. I'll just go and get some blue tack. Blue tack. Tacky blue stuff. I'm not going to get this in. Too many points. I'm going to need a bigger basement. Here's the plan. So there's 2 lines that come in here and get split off by a point. I've done some faint pencil lines there, so you can kind of imagine where the track's going. So this will be the 2 lines that come in. So from here, 2 lines, they come in and go into, well, I guess through the middle of the station. And then there's a bunch of points. Here we go. It comes into the station, so platform 1, 2, 3, 4. So only these 4 lines will have platforms. That's just a siding, and it'll go over there, split off into 2, and there'll be something there. Don't know yet. Maybe a coal merchant or something. Who knows? And then you've got this bit down here is that's the fueling bit. These 2 lines going off somewhere. Something's going to happen. I don't know. Be some kind of yard or storage area or
something exciting. Who knows? So your fuel can fuel up on 3 different lines. I think that may be a bit much. Perhaps then you need 2. And then we shall come all the way here and into the TMD, which will be here. I haven't done this bit because it's just going to be the same as that bit. So getting in and out of the station is going to be just the reverse of that. Up in the corner, hello Appa. So up in the corner where you've been sitting, I don't know, timber yard, something lovely. Right, so that's that bit. Now I have to do this bit. Hello Appa. I think it's worth doing this before you, if you've got loads of points like me. Then you're going to have to shell out on quite a lot of points, which potentially I will, unless I just take a few of them out, modify it, make it a bit more simple. Then I want to make sure that the points are actually going to fit together and work. I mean, I don't think necessarily. Well, actually, I think it might be alright, you know. Oh, I missed a line out. Hang on a minute. That links to that one. Oh, goodly line. Right. Anyway, I think I'm basically trying to cram as much as possible into here. I want it full of trains. I want trains running everywhere, all over the place. A point to make. A point is only worth making if there is a point to it. What is the point in this? I'm just studying the plan, so now I'll put this up actually, a proper picture of it. But yeah, I've done the yeah, so I've done the sort of station, the Chippingford station, and now I'm moving around to doing the quayside. So right down the bottom, yes, where it says bridge over creek, sidings, quayside. So I shall be doing that now. It takes a bit of thinking about this actually. Right, do a little talk. Okay, so imagine those points are there, but the other way around. So we'll come round past the giant bottle and cups, of course. There'll be a creek here. This is loosely based on an old station that once was near me. I'll show you some pictures. Anyway, yeah, so Cedric the Seal's going to be there on a boat. There'll be a bridge there, maybe bigger than that. Yep, we'll come around. There we go. into the station. Yeah, this is the right way around. Yeah, okay. Be a little crossover there. Platform, signal box here, and then lots and lots of sidings. I don't think that actually belongs there. That's not part of it. Right. These I haven't used. Right. Okay. So through we go and carry on, and then come round into something here, and then yeah, let's talk about the key side. Okay, nice long key from probably up. Well, we probably join onto the river, I guess, the creek, and see boats, plenty of scope to do stuff here, and then loads of little sidings and head shunts and things. A little crossover here. There's a link from here to there. Yeah, so it should be a nice little station, this one. As it comes through the station, it will come round, it will disappear into a tunnel. So there'll be, like from here somewhere, there'll be a gradient down 3 inches or so. This will be high up here. God, it's gone very blue. Yeah, so chipping by nature, being top of a hill, there's this is going to be high, so effectively this will be raised, not very high, only about 3 inches or so, so the gradient isn't too sharp for the entry to the fiddle yard. And yeah, then it will carry on. There'll be a back screen behind the creek, so you won't see that, and it will emerge somewhere, I don't know, over here behind the station, out of a tunnel at some point, and then it will go up into the station. There we go, full tour, and it fits. I'm quite chuffed with that. God, if it takes this long to make it out of paper and pencil lines, how long is it going to take to build? Well, that's the fun bit. It's going to be many long hours. I'll probably get rid of the bike poster. It's not really good back scene, is it? Unless it was a giant billboard. It seems to have taken a lot of the stress out of whether my plan is actually physically possible. According to Scarm, yeah, but I had to sort of bend bits and it doesn't all connect up, and I didn't find it. It was fairly usable. I think it's quite a difficult interface in some ways. So you should try and undo some of the things that you've done, and then it doesn't do that, and then it goes back into a weird mode and changes the elevation. I think there are better programs out there, but this one's free, so if you're thinking of designing something, Scarm's works pretty well. Yeah, cement factory here. So after it comes out of the little station, country station, actually quayside station, cement factory here, hence the big chimney. Okay, yeah, no more points to make. I think I've made all my points for today, and thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to posting a few more updates now, a bit more regularly now. It's not so cold outside and I can actually do some woodwork out there. Yeah, if you enjoyed it, leave me a comment if you've got anything to say, or you can think of any improvement, or perhaps something that might, make it go a bit more smoothly for me. Then yeah, leave a comment. If you like my videos, feel free to subscribe. And well, hope to see you all on the next update, which shouldn't be take so long now. Okay, bye.